Hi friends, this video is an iota of attempt basically to bring out awareness among the students and faculty of different degree colleges on the community service projects which has been introduced as a mandatory part in the new educational policy of and the choice-based credit system. The guidelines have been very effectively designed by AP State Council of Higher Education. So we will be briefly going through all these guidelines for the benefit of the viewers, the students at large, and faculty in particular. Now, the effort of the AP State Council of Higher Education is basically to tune the student community to the 21st century skills, basically on the foundational literacies, on how students apply core skills to everyday tasks like literacy, numeracy, scientific literacy, ICT literacy, financial literacy, and cultural and civic literacy. And the core competencies like how the students approach challenging complex designs like critical thinking and problem solving, creativity, communication, and collaboration. And the third one is the character qualities of the students as how they approach their changing, continuously ever-changing environment in terms of curiosity, initiative, persistence or grit, adaptability, leadership, social and cultural awareness. So this in fact is a lifelong learning. So the effort of the State Council of Higher Education basically in introducing the community service project is number of benefits. The first one is it is an experiential learning through community engagement. Community service project is an experiential learning strategy that integrates meaningful community service with instruction, participation, learning, and community development. Community service project involves students in community development and service activities and applies the experience to personal and academic development. It is meant to link the community with the college for mutual benefit. The community will be benefited with the focused contribution of the college students for the village or local development. The college finds an opportunity to develop social sensibility and responsibility among students and also emerge as a social responsible institution. Let's see the objectives. The community service project should be an integral part of the curriculum as a part of 2 months summer internships, apprenticeships, or on-the-job training whenever there is an exigency and students cannot pursue their summer internships. The specific objectives are to sensitize the students to the living conditions of the people who are around them, to help the students to realize the stark realities of the society, to bring about an attitudinal change in the students and help them to develop societal consciousness, sensibility, responsibility, and accountability, to make students aware of their inner strength and help them to find a new and out-of-the-box solution to the social problems, to make students socially responsible citizens who are sensitive to the needs of the disadvantaged sections, to help students to initiate developmental activities in the community in coordination with public and governmental authorities, to develop a holistic life perspective among the students by making them study culture, traditions, habits, lifestyles, resource utilization, wastages and its management, social problems, public administration system, and the roles and responsibilities of different persons across different social systems. Let's see this is exactly what is expected out of the students. To see the implementation of this community service project, every student should put in a minimum of 180 hours for the community service project during the summer vacation. Each class or section should be assigned with a mentor. The mentor should be a faculty member. Incentive could be given to the faculty mentors in terms of academic performance indicator scores, or could even be made a compulsory in the service conditions laid down at the time of appointment. So 4 credits to be allocated For community service project with the choice-based trade system, the 180 hours of community service project could be done in different areas. Specific departments could concentrate on their major areas of concern. For example, computer science student or physical science students can take up activities related to computer literacy to different sections of people like youth, women, housewife, etc. Department of Geology or other life sciences departments could concentrate on health awareness, blood groupings, awareness on blood donation or organ donation, etc. Department of Mathematics and Statistics could dwell upon empowering the youth with analytical skills. The Department of Commerce could concentrate awareness on GST or income tax returns or other taxes on consumerism, basically empowering them on consumer rights. Sky will be the limit for organizing different programs provided the faculties are sufficiently motivated. A logbook has to be maintained by each student where the activities undertaken or involved are to be recorded. The logbook has to be countersigned by the concerned mentor or faculty member. Evaluation to be done based on the active participation of the student, and grade points could be awarded by the mentor or faculty member. The final evaluation to be reflected in the grade memo of the student. The community service project should be different from the regular programs of NSS, NCC, Green Corps, Red Ribbon Club, etc. And minor project report should be submitted by each student, wherein an internal viva shall also be conducted by a committee constituted by the principal of the committee. Then the award of the marks shall be made as per the guidelines of the internship, apprenticeship, or on-the-job training laid down separately. When we see the procedure for a group of students or even a single student could be assigned for a particular habitation or village or municipal ward as far as possible in the near vicinity of their place of stay, so as to enable them to commute from their residence and return back by evening or so. The community service project is a twofold. One is the students could conduct a survey of the habitation if necessary in terms of their own domain or subject area. For example, a student of arts will focus on socio-economic conditions, social survey and about the government's social security schemes. Student of sciences could take up a survey on health and hygiene conditions of that habitation, similarly with their other subject areas too. Or it can even be a general survey incorporating all the different areas. A common survey format could be designed by individual faculty on their own. This should not be viewed as a duplication of work by the village or ward volunteers. Rather, it could be another primary source of data. Secondly, the students could take up a project work related to their domain or subject area. As a specific example, a student of BSc BJC will first conduct a survey of his or her habitation, which could be related to a specific area or in a comprehensive way of socio-economic conditions covering all the areas, or could conduct an awareness program on health and hygiene, or in organic farming, or in fisheries, or in advocating prohibition of liquor, or about renewable energy, or any other activity in an area as per his or her attitude and the problems identified in the socio-economic survey conducted. The project work shall be done on a particular topic related to his or her domain subject area as a final thing. When you see the time frame, the total duration is 8 weeks, and the schedule is the socio-economic survey of the village or habitation is given for 2 weeks, wherein a group of students under the guidance of faculty members conduct a socio-economic survey of the village. They will interact with the people to acquire basic knowledge on the project chosen for study and conduct the survey using a structured questionnaire. Next one is the community awareness campaign, which is given a 1 week duration, wherein the student groups take up community awareness campaigns based on the above survey conducted by identifying the problems or vulnerable issues. They may also conduct house-to-house campaign on socially relevant scheme. For example, government welfare programs, healthcare, consumer protection, food adulteration, digital transaction, information sources, etc. Then the main project is allocated for 4 weeks, wherein a group of students choose a topic related to their subject area and conduct a project which includes data collection, interviews with the beneficiaries, internship in any select unit or department. And then finally, the report preparation is given 1 week, wherein the student submits a project report duly signed by the mentor. When we see the assessment methodology for community service project, there are basically the learning outcomes are to facilitate an understanding of the issues that confronts the vulnerable or marginalized sections of the society, to initiate team processes with the student groups for societal change, to provide students an opportunity to familiarize themselves with urban or rural community they live in, to enable students to engage in the development of community, to plan activities based on the focused groups, to know the ways of transforming the society through systematic program implementation. That's the learning objectives, outcomes envisaged. And using this, the evaluation methodology for awarding marks or grade are like, there will be only internal evaluation for this internship. Each faculty member is to be assigned with 10 to 15 students, depending on the availability of the faculty members. And the faculty member will act as a faculty mentor for the group and is in charge for the learning activities of the students, and also for the comprehensive and continuous assessment of the students. The assessment is to be conducted for 100 marks. The number of credits assigned is 4. Later, as per the present practice, the marks are converted into grades and grade points to include finally in the SGPA and cumulative grade point average. The weightages as given by the AP State Council of Higher Education is for project log 20%, for project implementation 30%, project report preparation 25%, and finally the presentation is given 25% weightage. Each student is required to maintain an individual logbook wherein he or she is supposed to record day-to-day activities. The project log is assessed on an individual basis, thus allowing for individual members within the groups to be assessed this way. The assessment will take into consideration the individual student's involvement in the assigned work. While grading the student's performance, using the student's project log, the following should be taken into account: the individual student's effort and commitment, the originality and quality of the work produced by the individual student, the student's integration and cooperation with the work assigned, and finally the completeness of the logbook. The assessment for this community service project implementation shall include the following components, and based on the entries of project log and project report: orientation to community development, conducting a baseline assessment development needs, a number of quality of awareness programs organized on beneficiary programs, and improvement in quality of life, environment and social consciousness, motivation and leadership, personality development, etc. Number and quality of intervention programs like prevention or promotion programs that aim to promote behavioral change in defined community contexts to address the social programs organized. And then the follow-up programs suggested, like referral services, bringing in community participation, etc., and developing a short and midterm action plans. Then the format of the project report can be like this: Part A, Part B, and Part C. Part A is introduction about the village or habitation. And the second point in the next one is the socio-economic survey of the village or habitation, where the data collection using the prescribed formats. The third part in Part A is problems identified and analysis of the problems. And the fourth one is short-term and long-term action plan for possible solutions for the problems identified and that could be recommended to the concerned authorities for implementation. Then the fifth one is Part A is community awareness programs conducted with reference to the problems and their outcomes. So this is the Part A of the project report format. Then Part B is a mini project work in the related subject with reference to the habitation or village concern. For example, the student of botany may do a project on organic farming or horticulture or usage of biofertilizers or biopesticides or effect of the inorganic pesticides, etc. Or a student of zoology may do a project on aquaculture practices or animal husbandry or poultry or health and hygiene or blood group analysis or survey on the hypertension or survey on the prevalence of diabetes, etc. Then Part C is on recommendations and conclusions arrived out of all these observations, and which may part C also may include references, because whatever the references the students have taken for the preparation of the project report. Now, this is the brief format of the project, how a student can do a project. Then the AP State Council of Higher Education has also given a suggestive list of programs under community service project. The following is the recommended list of projects for BA, BCom and BSc students. The lists are not exhaustive and open for additions, deletions and modifications. Colleges are expected to focus on specific local issues for this kind of projects. The students are expected to carry out these projects with involvement, commitment and responsibility and accountability. The mentors of a group of students should take the responsibility of motivating, facilitating and guiding the students. They have to interact with local leadership and people and apprise the students' objectives and benefits of this kind of projects. The project report shall be placed in the college website for reference. Systematic, factual, methodical and honest reporting shall be ensured. Now, for arts students, the example of assessment is given like this. The assessment which can be part of the student, is given like, name of the student, class and year of study, registered number, then the assessment component for project log, max marks are 20, marks are secured 15. For project implementation, maximum marks are 30 and marks are 20. For project report, the maximum marks are 25, marks secured could be 20. This is just, it can even range from 10 to 20. Presentation, for these maximum marks are 25, marks secured could be, so total marks out of this. So this is the example for assessment, how a student will get the marks. So out of 75 marks, which are converted into letter grade, and depending on that, letter grade O stands for grade point 10, for where 7.5 10 grade, and A plus is excellent, 9 grade points. A very good for 8 grade points. In this case, because it is 7 to 8, it is B plus, which is a good grade point, which letter grade. So likewise, B for average, above average for 6, C average 5, and D pass 4. Anything less than that will lead to 4. So in this example, 75 marks are converted to letter grade B plus, which is good, with a grade point of 7. And for all these things, credits are 2 credits only for all these things. And that is the example for assessment marks, what the student will be getting. Then the suggestive list of programs for arts student, there is a host of video demography, healthcare and programs and their implementation. It can be on school education, youth engagement, women empowerment, women education, domestic violence, cultural traditions, values and ethics, employment of different sections, status of socially deprived sections, implementation of state development programs, implementation of and impact of welfare schemes, public distribution system, social inclusiveness, village governance, this sort of things. And they can also have the other fields which are on healthcare system, information sources and their effectiveness and habits, social problems, family and marriage systems across different social groups, religion, profile and their role in social development, communal harmony, innovative methods and practices, village industry, safety and security. And the suggestive list of programs continued for arts, migration for employment, infrastructure development, facilities for quality life across different social groups, leadership in family, community and social groups, implementation of central schemes, village development plans, child labs, labor, sex education, atrocities against women, awareness of central government schemes and the level of participation, community engagement programs and their impact, career orientation of youth, skill development programs and their impact, alcohol and smoking habits, and their impact on families, crime rate, law and order and safety needs, quality of elementary education and accessibility, factors considered for electing public representatives, environment protection, interreligious harmony, treatment of aged persons, sanitary systems, tribal studies, Telugu literature and mandalics, awareness of epics among youth and children, anthropological survey, music and dance, performing arts, and social events. Similarly, suggestive active programs for commerce on entrepreneurship, which is an upcoming area, agricultural products and marketing, poultry business, dairy business, aquaculture, wage system and labor welfare, village industry products and marketing, income and wealth distribution among different sections of the society, entertainment services, communication services, banking services and habits, insurance services and habits, public distribution system, vegetable marketing system, savings and investments, online purchase system, digital transactions, use of electrical home appliances, use of electronic home appliances, personal transport, consumer movement, unfair trade practices, food habits, income distribution, wealth distribution, expenditure pattern on different product categories, buying motives, consumer behavior, impact of celebrity advertising, impact of TV on product choices, usage of cell phones, self-employed professionals, construction, leisure time management, tourism, leadership, consumer resource development, local administration, office management in local governing bodies, exports, handicrafts, handlooms, public transport, private transport, cooperative societies, shifts in occupations, debt burden in different sections of the society, time management, dispute resolution systems, commercial crops, personal transport, consumer movement, unfair trade practices, and food habits. So all these could be the suggestive list of programs, wealth distribution also of the things. Then for suggestive list of programs for sciences, it could be on water facilities and drinking water availability in the habitats, health and hygiene, stress levels and coping mechanisms, health intervention programs, horticulture, herbal plants, botanical survey, geological survey, marine products, aquaculture, inland fisheries, animals and species, nutrition, traditional healthcare methods, food habits, air pollution, water pollution, plantation, soil protection, renewable energy, plant diseases, yoga awareness and practice. Then you have healthcare and awareness programs and their impact on fruits and vegetables, organic farming, crop rotation, floriculture, access to safe drinking water, geological survey and sericulture, study of species, food and adulteration, incidence of diabetes and other chronic diseases in human genetics, blood groups and blood picture. So in doing all these things, the role of students is very, very important. The students may not have the expertise in all these things. So the students then can play a facilitator role and conduct the programs involving governmental agencies, non-governmental agencies, or faculties of their colleges, etc. For conducting special camps like health related, they will be coordinating with governmental agencies if possible. As and when required, the college faculty themselves act as resource persons. Students can work in close association with non-governmental organizations like Lions Club, Rotary Club, etc., or with any other NGO actively working in that habitation or a village. And also the governmental departments. If the program is rolled out, the district administration could be roped in for the successful deployment of the program on a large scale. An in-house training and induction program could be arranged for the faculty and participating students to expose them to the methodology of service learning. Then the benefits to students is manifold in this. Basically, in terms of learning outcomes, which develops positive impact on students' academic learning, improves students' ability to apply what they have learned in real-time world, positive impact on academic outcomes such as demonstrated complexity of understanding, problem analysis, problem solving, critical thinking, and cognitive development, Then improved ability to understand complexity and ambiguity. Then the personal outcomes to the students is in greater sense of personal efficacy, personal identity, spiritual growth, and moral development. Then greater interpersonal development, particularly the ability to work well with others and build leadership and communication skills. Social outcomes include reduced stereotypes and greater intercultural understanding, improved social responsibility and citizenship skills, greater involvement in community service after graduation. Then benefits to students involve career development, where it builds up connections with professionals and community members for learning and career opportunities. Greater academic learning, leadership skills, and professional efficacy can lead to greater opportunity. Relationship with the institution, stronger relationship with faculty, greater satisfaction with college, and improved graduation rates. The benefits to community, benefits to faculty members is in satisfaction with quality of student learning, new avenues for research publication via new relationship between faculty and community, providing networking opportunities with engaged faculty in other disciplines or institutions, a stronger commitment to one's research. Then the benefits to community, benefits to institutions is on improved institutional commitment, improved student retention, and enhanced community relations with the institutions. And then finally, benefits to community is in terms of satisfaction with student participation, valuable human resources needed to achieve community goals, new energy, enthusiasm, and perspective applied to community work, and enhanced community institution relations. That's the benefits to community. Because exactly that is what is required for all these things. And I hope you have enjoyed this video. This is basically intended to bring out an awareness among students and faculty of the effort of the AP State Council of Higher Education in developing the community service projects. So thank you very much.